Hi, welcome to a new video dedicated to a new drone, and this is a do-it-yourself drone. So it means that you have to assemble every element, all elements inside, but it's really pretty easy, so don't panic. So it's a small micro quadcopter including an IO FPV camera installed on top, and it's probably one of the cheapest, and it comes in RTF, so you have the transmitter. You just need to add your own ground station, either a goggle, your favorite mask, FPV mask, whatever. It's working on the 5.8 GHz, so it's a basic quadcopter with a proprietary flight control board. Immediately I would say there is no acro flight mode, it will be only 6-axis stabilization flight mode available through this machine. So let's open the box. Okay, here are all the elements. So I will start with the instruction manual. Okay, to assemble only one piece of paper, and we have the FPV version, 5.8 GHz version. So you have to look to the C line with only 4 photos, but the assembling part is pretty easy. In 5 minutes maximum you can do it. So let's have a look to the first bag, more associated with the frame. Most of plastic element. We have 2 stick extender to attach to your transmitter. Okay, I will detail the transmitter in a few instants, but it's a really pretty basic model, and as you can see it's already a model existing for some DM models, the 003 for example, so we will check the compatibility in terms of radio protocol later. So here is the frame, very basic square one. Okay, I can give you the dimension of the diagonal, but it's something like around okay, a little bit less than 95, okay, 95 millimeters quadcopter machine, and you have this plastic frame, should resist if the total weight won't exceed, for example, more than 40 grams, should be okay. The standalone, the frame is 5 gram too. Okay, you have the camera holder, you have 2 clips on the pad here. Okay, I will attach later, but standalone this element is 1.4, and you have this camera holder also. Okay, 2 clips here in order to be able to assign a positive angle for the lens orientation to fly more aggressively FPV. That's great. Just this small element is 0.8 grams, pretty light, and we have 300 milliamps per hour LiPo, no discharge rate mentioned. Okay, ending with a micro logic connector, standalone 9.7 gram. I can give you some dimension if you want to find some spare. 35, okay, by 19.3 by almost 8 millimeters. Okay, so you can see that the battery is fitting well. Okay, you can probably add a longer one. Okay, too, but be aware with the extra weight added on the flight characteristics. So we have the flight controller board, and as I said in my introduction, this one won't support any acro flight. It's a basic one with at least some motor connectors. That's great, the 2.4 GHz. And here, okay, we have the main central MCU, okay, which is a pan chip model, including the ARM core and the RF module. So everything is integrated in 2-in-1 ARM core plus the RF chip. And we have the bottom square, black square, is the 6-axis stabilization model. We have some mark DM003ZR, okay, on the upper side, and the lower we have the FPV connection here, okay, ending with the 1.25 millimeters connector, GST one, and we have also some mark DM003ZR and a date of production 2015, so it's an old board. It's okay, so probably we have a sign that this machine should be compatible in some way with Deviation TX. We will have to find the right ACAT protocol associated with micro logic connectors. That's, and the flight control board weighs less than 3 gram, 2 gram 9 to be more precise. We have, after, a bag with some a USB charging cable, okay, nothing special, and a wrench remover props, okay, to remove the props. We have 4 motors and no spare, okay, so only 4, and 2 clockwise, 2 counterclockwise. So I will tell you which are the clockwise, and if I can open the bag, yes. So all the bunch of motors, weights approximately 14, little bit less than 14 grams. They are 20 by 7, so okay, 720 motors with the corresponding connectors. That's great for motor maintenance, okay. No RPM announced, okay, so I hope they are strong enough, okay. And we have a set of 8 props, a basic Epson model, I would say. They are exactly 1 millimeter of shaft section, sorry, and the length is approximately of something like 57, okay, 57 millimeters. Basic props with some inscription with A1, for example. So follow the manual to install in the corresponding motor correctly. Finally, what we have the IO FPV camera. Okay, if I can open the bags. Okay, so a basic model. You have a spare cable if you want to use this AO FPV camera for another model, directly to connect to a macro LOSI battery. We have this lens cap. The lens thread should be in M7. Okay, we have a wide angle. Okay, 7.80, so it's an M7 model. We have a 180 degrees of field of view and a cloverleaf antenna. This is a right polarization model. We have the micro GST connector. Sorry, one unique button to select on the top right to select the VFREC if briefly pressed, and the frequency band if more longer pressed. Okay, so standalone this is 4 grams 7, is not the most lightest, but it's not so bad. We can have some model close to 1 gram lighter. Let's give you some indication of dimension if you want to find a spare one. So 20 by 14 millimeters, okay, more or less like this. And okay, I should give this also this information about the something like 10 millimeters. So we have all the elements, and we have the basic radio. As I said, you have some speed mode to select, okay, flip button here, and here you can also press probably to engage a kind of headless, something like this. This is a very basic model with you will need 4 AA to feed your battery. That's all. I hope there will be a Deviation TX compatibility with this model. So now let's have a look to how to assemble this machine. Okay, we will follow the C line, and first of all, they say that the red and blue motors, so with the red and blue wires, must be attached to the blade written A2. So okay, I got B2 here and A2. Okay, so I can see that the blue and red is clockwise motor, so we will attach the props. Okay, we have 1 millimeter of shaft section. Okay, that's great. So 1 motors, and in duality, the black and white should be for B2. Okay, so this is a counterclockwise motors, so no problem. So we can repeat the operation for the 2 other motors. So we say it, I got black and white, so it's a B2, and I will attach the corresponding props counterclockwise, and the last is clockwise motors. Okay, yes, so no problem, very basic. So what after you have to do is to pre-install motors. So that's great. So let's assume that it will be the front, okay, in this direction, the battery, but it's up to you. We have a choice. It's in any case. So it means that we will have clockwise here, counterclockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise here. Okay, so it means that the board, okay, so the antenna installed on front indicates the forward movement. So probably we'll have to do something like this. Okay, and attach through the, we have some basic plastic pad with 16 millimeters of distance. So if you want to know if you can use this frame with another board, you have 16 millimeters, and just attach the corresponding, okay, into the hole. I hope it will be like this. Okay, maybe this one is a little bit hard. So the main question is how. This one is not very well done, so maybe have to enlarge the situation. Okay, basically, so be aware, because probably this cable need to be installed BNS, because we will have to attach it, okay, to the FPV camera. Okay, let's assume like this, and as I said, the blue and red was clockwise. That's corresponding to my design. Yes, now it's okay. More, a little bit more clips. So don't be docile with the frame, because it's a plastic one. So we won't attach any motors, but let's have a look to the black and white. Okay, start to bend a little bit the cable and try to not destroy. You have some a vertical hole, okay, where you will be able to install the motors like this with your thumb. Try to central like this, and okay, like this. Push it. Then we will be able to gently also install. Before to connect to the connector, you please push through the hole, the main central hole. We'll take a tweeter. The remaining amount of cable wires, okay, to avoid any probe contact, and then in the second part we will attach to the connector. Sorry, I'm not very efficient this morning. Okay, like this. Okay, and now we can connect. So okay, like this, and pull out the remaining. So we will do the same for the 3 other motors. So we will install clockwise motors here. Okay, so now the job is done, and we will be able to attach the IO camera into the support. So you can see you have one side of the support with got a kind of hole is to for the frequency selector. So just gently press on it, and voila. Okay, seems to be good. And then we're almost finished the job. So probably here to Yes, we have a cable here to attach, so I guess this is the forward, the back, the rear. So I will attach the clips, okay, like this. So be gentle with the pad to not break them, okay. And try to, okay. What you can do also is try to free the 2.4 GHz antenna. So I hope I be aware. So try to let it through before to close everything, okay. And eventually you will have to, okay, you have a small hole front, okay, you will have to put the antenna more vertically, okay, and maybe later drill a small hole. I hope I can remove the battery. Okay, it's not really possible. So what I want to do is to drill a small hole, or let the antenna pass through this hole here. Okay, so it will be a little bit much better. I don't want to break the battery. So we will see and try to install now the IO camera. Actually, the 2.4 GHz is blocking. Not so much, okay, like this. And now we just need to connect everything, so you can install the camera wire through this two rear notch. Okay, your finger, yes, like this. Now the it's blocked and just need to release and connect the okay, and voila, is installed. You can apply any positive angle if you want. You can adjust the lens orientation, it's up to you. Not so positive big one, but it's possible. So now let's power the system. We should have everything working. Okay, we have the lights, that's great, and the IO camera is also connected. Now we have to bound and to select the corresponding wave for your favorite frequency in 5.8 GHz, 32 channel, if I'm not wrong, are supported, or 40, even better. So, sorry, I disconnected the IO camera. Okay, an important information: the first time you will power your quadcopter, you will have zero display on the FPV IO camera, and it means that you don't output any power. So if you scan your video frequency with your favorite FPV goggle of monitor, you won't see any image. Don't panic, you have to do a small model selection. So as I said, if you briefly press on the button, you will cycle between the 8 frequency. If you long press more than 2 seconds, you will select one of the 5 supported bands. But if you long press much more, you will have the possibility, look, that now is blinking. Okay, and when you see that, you can, after I've got the second output power, third, and 0. So by default you are in 0 position. So at least select 1, it means that you have a 25 milliwatts. Okay, it depends to you, but you can also, if you want, select a little bit more power. It's 50 or 80 millimeters, so let's do that. Okay, so now I can select the band. I don't do that, I don't want to do that. I will press again. Okay, keep pressed. Okay, now I will select the second. 2 bars, as you can see, it's selected. And I am actually in the band A4, okay, and outputting 50 milliwatts or 80 milliwatts. So you have 3 different output power, or 4 if I'm not wrong. So that's great, and it's up to you what the range of FPV you want, but that's great. Okay, first a little bad news. I tried all the protocol based on the XN297L because the transmitter includes such RF chip, and I was not able to bound any existing protocol, so I tried maybe 20 of different with the last 19 build. So it's a new version of a protocol, so maybe it will be needed to capture some SP data to hack this new protocol by the Deviation TX Guru. Okay, so now let's have a demo flight, indoors and outdoors. Let's check that.